Hello, everyone. Okay. Today, I am going to be getting ready to record a video, but I'm also going to be talking about loving yourself even when you don't feel like it. And this is a theme that's going on in my life right now, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about it. What's so difficult about like true self-love is it sometimes doesn't necessarily feel like you're actually loving yourself. And what I mean by that is you'll do things that make you feel not so good about yourself. And like for example, you'll want to do something that might be harmful to you, but you choose not to because that's the only way you can kind of get yourself out of self-sabotage. Let's say you want to text your ex, right? The only way you can really get yourself out of that. It was really loud, probably. Sorry, guys. The only way you could probably get yourself out of self-sabotage into a better state of self-love is by restricting yourself from doing something that might potentially be harmful for you. And so I've been struggling with this a lot recently. I don't know if it's just the energy or what, but we're just going to talk about self-love while I get ready because I want to feel a little bit better. I've been in bed all day pretty much just because I'm exhausted. I'm feeling not the best. If you guys saw my recent video, like I've still kind of been going through that depression that I was talking about, but it's getting better day by day. But hold on, let me mute my little notifications because I guess everyone wants to text me. But yeah, let's see. Hi, I love you so much. Please say hi, Maham. I want to pronounce that correctly, but hey, girl. Let's see. Did you actually lose your job? Yeah, I did lose my job, but it's not necessarily like the worst thing ever for me. Again, I have YouTube and I'm doing a lot of various things. I think the main thing is honestly what I've been dealing with is a lack of self-love in the sense of I've been alone for a while now, and that's great and everything. I'm very, very confident being alone, but there's always that craving, wanting someone in my life or wanting something deeper. And I think that love that I crave from other people, I often don't know how to seek within myself. But I'm learning how to seek within myself. I'm not going to give myself like no credit because I have been. I've been doing my own thing and really just focusing on making myself happy and what will make me level up in all areas of life. But with that leveling up also comes this feeling of loneliness. And so that's what I mean by sometimes you have to love yourself even in the times where it doesn't feel like you're loving yourself, right? Like, why would you put yourself through loneliness in order to, I don't know, love yourself, right? Like, you'd want to be validated through other people, but oftentimes when we seek out validation from other people, we forget the ways in which we must validate ourselves, and we push ourselves to the side in a lot of ways, or at least I've pushed myself to the side in a lot of ways. That might not be you guys, but that's just me. Hey everyone. True happiness is not self-love. is not in self-love, but selflessness. Help out your community and stop the me. I think it depends on what you're talking about. Like, self-love is the only way you can help others is when you do have that self-love within you, in my personal opinion. The more you're able to pour into yourself emotionally, at least in an emotional sense. I think obviously there's a lot of people who don't like themselves and find value in themselves through the community, but um I find much of human action and like humans, they do things that are self-serving even if it's serving other people. So the reason that people go and do things for the community a lot of times is often to make themselves look better and make themselves be seen in society as someone who truly cares. But that's because a lot of it comes from more of the ego. Once you kind of get out of that and you learn how to love yourself deeper, it transcends beyond that in my own experience. And that's how you start really empathizing with others and caring for others, not for the sake of yourself. But the fact is, you've gotten yourself to that point. And you have so much self-love that you don't have to do all of these different things for other people in order to make yourself feel valued. You recognize that you're already valued by just being you. And so when you do stuff for others, you don't hold it over people's heads. That's what I've noticed. That's just my personal opinion. But I think there's a balance of both. You do have to love yourself, or else any time that you try to give to other people, it'll be out of scarcity because you feel like there's not enough love to go around. That's really the root of a lot of people's suffering, is like acting out of scarcity and like of what if this doesn't happen the way I want it to happen, you know? What if people screw me over? What if all of these things? And we find ourselves proving ourselves to others in order to overcompensate for that. Let's see. Happy birthday, Kyla Taylor. Happy birthday, Kyla Taylor. Party it up. Okay. My education stopped 2 years ago because of war in my country. And now I'm 18 and should be in college, but stuck in my fear became bigger. So I say my best advice is to seek out education. If that's really what you want to do, really learn to seek it out and like get over the fear of not being good enough to be in certain spaces. Like, you went through all of that stuff and you've came all of this way. And so if you step into a classroom or step into something that is meant to elevate yourself, really get out of the imposter syndrome mindset of like, I'm not supposed to be here, and, you know, why me and not other people, right? Sometimes we get into that. But first of all, give yourself credit for how far you come, because you've came so far and I'm so incredibly proud of you. I'm going to start straightening my hair because, or not straightening it. I always do like curls, but anyways, give yourself credit for how far you've come. I'm just going to go over a few pieces to make it more wavy on this side, because the other side, I kind of like how it's like loose, but on this side, it kind of went flat. So we just want to give it a little bit more volume. I'm not going to lie, you guys, I'm feeling really, really down today, but it's okay. Love yourself even in the times where it's difficult too. And I'm going to like also, you have to set boundaries. So what I mean by love yourself when it's difficult too is like more so when other people try to test your boundaries and make you feel like you're unimportant or that you're dramatic just for needing what you need and what you crave. a lot of people will change themselves because other people in their life don't see their value, and so they'll change themselves and dim their own light in order to fit into other people's lives, but that only denies you of yourself. And people will test your boundaries and go, "Well, I don't understand why you have to do that." But at the end of the day, like, everyone has their own different comfort levels of things. And when you start getting outside of your comfort zone, it's also in the sense of getting outside of your comfort zone of what you typically do and suppress within you in order to be accepted or in order to be seen as, important by other people. Showing your emotions, getting vulnerable. And that's something I really had trouble with, but I'm really practicing a lot recently and stepping into kind of this unapologetic persona. I don't know. Not like persona, but like I used to apologize for everything and making people feel a certain way for me setting a boundary when like how they feel is how they feel and I'm still allowed to have my emotions. Just because someone else's view of me and what I should be doing conflicts doesn't mean that my needs and wants aren't less valid or aren't something to be, prioritized in my own life. That's just what I've been experiencing, finally stepping out of that scarcity mindset of like, well, if this person doesn't respect my boundaries, then they're invalid and I have to, just push my own needs to the side because blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know, rationalizing people treating me however they want to treat me instead of me learning to treat myself in that way, like in the way I want to be treated, and through that setting boundaries. Like, I don't know. That's what I mean by love yourself even when it's difficult to love yourself. Love yourself through the times where you have to do something and say like set a boundary that you don't necessarily feel good about setting, but it's necessary for you in order to feel better and in order to move on with your life and make people see your value. Look at the difference. That was just such a simple fix too, that just gave my hair so much more volume. Okay. Do you adhere to any form of spiritualism or religion? I'm more spiritual, but if any religion, I'm more Christian. I say more so spiritual because I personally believe that love rules all and that there's a lot of different things where I don't agree with hate that's spread through some religion. And so, but I do believe in God. Anyway. Yes, the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. It is. And if you don't have those boundaries in place for yourself and if you don't love yourself, who will? That's another thing you guys got to realize is like if you don't have these boundaries in place for yourself, nobody is going to put those boundaries in place for you. Nobody's going to love you until you show you that you love yourself through setting those boundaries. And yeah, I don't agree with this idea that you need to 100% love yourself in order to, have people love you. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't know if it's possible to get to a place of like 100% self-acceptance because I think we're always working on ourselves and I don't know, that's just my own experience. I think a lot of people who say that they're at 100% self-acceptance are more so like lying. And that's just me maybe I'm just not at that place in life yet though. That might also be a thing. You see how this is? I don't like that. But you get what I mean though? Like, I don't know. Some people who say they're at 100% self-acceptance don't necessarily. I don't know. I feel like it's not real or something that can be at that place. Like you aim for 100% self-acceptance, but there's always going to be things about yourself that you're like, "Hey, I don't necessarily think this is the best way to go about this, and I need to work on it. But maybe that's not self-acceptance, that's just self-love, you know what I mean? Acceptance is also just about accepting the things that you need to work on. So maybe you can reach 100% self-acceptance. Who knows? I'm not going to say you can or you can't. I'm just talking out loud. But yeah, like the world is a really nasty place. And unless you set those boundaries for yourself and value yourself, how are you supposed to be valued in the eyes of others? People will take your lack of self-love as an invitation to manipulate you and convince you that you hate yourself. And that's just the truth. Look at me. Look at this. This is nice. This is a lot better than, I don't know. Even just getting up and doing this makes me feel a lot better. Okay, let's see. Being nice versus kind are two very different things. Exactly. I agree. A lot of people assume that you have to be nice and, you know, go along with everything other people say. But at the end of the day, like, nice people finish last. It's not just about nice guys. It's nice girls finish last too. Nice people in general often finish last because they don't know whether they just do everything for everyone and don't give it a second thought and don't make people value their time because they'll just do it just cuz, and you know, I just want to be nice. I just want to make this person like me. I just want to blah blah blah. Whereas kind, it's like you're doing something because you just want to make other people happy, but it's also not at the expense of yourself. You're not going to go out of your way just to do something that harms you. You have more boundaries in place. Okay. How does my hair look? Okay. Let's see. But where do we start in our journey, because there's so many things I struggle with. You don't need to stop thinking of it like, where do I start? Because you've already started, if that makes sense. I don't know. Something that helped me is like, oh, where do I start in my self-love journey? Well, you've already started because your self-love journey is a lifelong experience, in my opinion. Like, that's the best way to look at it. Your self-love journey is a lifelong experience because you're always going to be learning new things about yourself and incorporating them into who you are. So that's first of all. Second of all, write down a list of things. A lot of people don't know themselves, right? And so in order to know yourself, you have to know what you are not. So write down a list of things. Well, I know I'm not a liar. I know I don't like to manipulate people. I know I'm not a liar, but I have lied. And then go into the things you've lied about and go, why have I lied about that? Why do I feel the need to hide myself in that way? Because we all have things that we feel we're scared to show other people. And through those things that we're scared to reveal to others, we can reveal the parts of ourselves that we don't like to look at, called our shadow side. And so through this shadow side, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and it's going to be difficult. I don't know. Everything I've learned from like my shadow self has always been like deep pills that I've had to swallow within my life and just like recognize. Look at my cat back there. Wait, that way. Sorry, the thing is inverted and I like looking at myself. I'm a Leo. Sorry, guys. But like, you get what I mean though? Like, just like look at who you are and be able to, even with the parts of yourself that you're feeling bad about, be able to have empathy for yourself. I think it's really about empathy, because I think a lot of times we approach these negative things about ourselves like, okay, well, how do I fix it? How do I fix it? How do I fix it? And this idea that you have to fix yourself often gets you further away from finding yourself. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about finding yourself again. Because a lot of your coping mechanisms are just things you've adopted and traits that you've picked up from other people who have told you to not be yourself. Why did I just get deep all of a sudden? Ugh, brother, ugh, like okay, hold on. But you guys get what I mean, though? Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I just had to, like, re-up on that because I'm gonna make a video, so I'm also gonna do, like, a little bit of makeup while I talk. Let's see. Hey, y'all. What is Seth talking about? Lying is fine. Lying is fine as long as you follow those who will die for your lies. A lie can kill others. I think everyone lies. Everyone lies, but I think not everyone is honest about their lies to themselves, and also, I think lying can be a very, very big problem. Whenever you lie about something, it's because you're being dishonest to yourself. You're not lying to the other. You are trying to hide a part of yourself. So, instead of seeing lying as, like, a thing that we shouldn't do that, whatever. Think of, like, the little kid who's lying about the fact that they just did something they know they shouldn't do. They're hiding it because they fear punishment. So in some certain way, you view the part of yourself that you're hiding from as a punishment from who you actually are. Like, you are punishing yourself by lying to yourself over and over and over again. Whether that is about who you actually are, your sexuality, like, maybe something that happened in the past. Like, you are trying to cope with things that have happened to you by reliving those same things that have happened to you, but in a different way. Like, you are twisting the story to rationalize what did or did not happen instead of acknowledging the ways in which you could have changed something. Lying is just the surface level of the surface level action of something that's deeper, that's tied to shame. If you're lying about something, it's because you have so much shame about who you are and what you did that you have to lie about it. When you are honest with yourself, there's nothing to hide to other people. That, or when you're lying, you might just be very deceptive. And so you are you are being deceptive to other people because you are acting out of scarcity because you think I can't have it unless I lie. That's why people do, like, lie to other people and scam people out of money and whatever. They're doing that out of a scarcity mindset of, "I need to do this in order to live." So they're justifying that lie. They're justifying, you know, doing someone wrong by their need to feel secure, and so they do bad. A lot of the negative things we experience in this life literally just come from fear and scarcity. So identify why you're lying and what your purpose is to lie, because people who are compulsive liars are just so far removed from themselves. If you meet, like, a narcissist or someone who's, like, a compulsive liar, they're so far removed from themselves that they genuinely do not know the real or, like, the reality that they live in versus, like, the truth. The reality they live in is so diluted. So, I don't know. I don't know, that's just what I've noticed. Like, if my first instinct is to lie about something, it's because I'm trying to hide something. And usually whatever I'm trying to hide, it's like there's something deeper to that. There's shame there. There's some bad emotion there. Why is it Ugh. Okay. It's fine. It's literally fine. Okay. Okay. But yeah. How to feel confident when in the process of losing weight. My best advice for this is to make sure you're valuing the action itself over the result. And what I mean by that is a lot of people go into losing weight or go into a transformation journey assuming that by the end of that journey, they're going to feel more of themselves when it's more about finding themselves in the process. So while you are in the process of losing weight, be able to appreciate the action itself that you're doing to lose weight. Be intentional about that process. Don't try to fast track it and, I just want to be this better version of myself, because you're working to it every day. You got to recognize like the process itself. So you feel better about yourself by rewarding yourself in small ways that show that you're growing. So when you reach a certain small goal, applaud yourself and go, see, it's working. This is working. What I'm doing is working. And I feel the benefits of it. Be very like, working out is making my head more clear. I can focus better. And I lost 10 pounds already. That'll be very, very a good process for you to go through when you recognize the other benefits that are with it that aren't just so closely associated with how you view your body and how you view yourself. Like having other benefits to working out or your diet that you're on or whatever, just be like, wow, I love how clear my head feels today. I love, be in the moment and really appreciate the small things that aren't necessarily related to like you or your body. Like, oh, wow, I'm so focused today. This is awesome. Like have some other benefit to it that doesn't just tie it so closely to, your self-image or who you are. Because when you look at who you are and like, why do I still have this weight? Why do I still have this weight? It can be easy to get into this mindset of I'm not doing enough when you're doing exactly what you need to do. It's just a process. It's not an overnight thing. Even when you do lose the weight, you might still feel the same way. I have body dysmorphia. I go to the gym like 5 days a week. And sometimes I look at my body and I'm like, I've had eating disorders. I've had all of these things. Like it's difficult because sometimes you don't recognize how far you've come, but validate that process for yourself and separate yourself from like your own habits. Like, I don't know. That's just what has helped me, but you're doing wonderful and I'm so proud of you. Okay. How to not feel lacking when your partner achieves all the things he wanted. I'm very supportive, but there's this feeling that I'm not enough. So I think what I would do is I would allow that to push me. I would allow that feeling of not being enough to push me to be better, but also recognize what you're already doing. Something that helps me is when I don't feel like I'm doing enough, I need to recognize what I'm currently doing. It's because I've lost sight of the purpose of the actions I'm currently doing in my life. So whether that is I need to implement more, a lot of people think, oh, well, I just need to do more, right? Oftentimes, no, you just need to reevaluate what you are currently doing and see if it's in alignment with what you really want. Because sometimes we just do things because it's a habit, right? So if you don't feel like you're doing enough, look at what you're already doing. If what you're already doing isn't in alignment with what you actually want, then that's the problem. But if what you're currently doing is in alignment with it, then it's patience. Then it's, okay, well, bring yourself back to a purpose. A lot of people feel purposeless in their work and they feel like, this person is reaching all these milestones, but I'm still here in the same spot, You're focusing so much on the result that you're forgetting to value what you're currently doing, and you stop seeing the value in your efforts. And sometimes that's all it is. I see my husband's I see my husband or my partner, their efforts are getting recognized, but my efforts are not getting recognized, and that makes me feel intimidated because I've been doing so much. It's like you don't see the value in your own work and other people getting recognized makes you feel jealousy. So go into that and recognize how you aren't validating your own efforts. Because as soon as you start validating your own efforts that you have, the more easy it'll be to step into a version of yourself where you're not threatened by someone else's success. Even if it's your partner, even if it's someone right next to you where it's like, I'm so happy for you, but why do I feel so inadequate? That's normal to feel. But that's only normal to feel when you're not focusing on the why behind why you're doing what you're doing, or you've fallen off track. So that's my advice. Let's see. How do we differentiate narcissism from lack of identity for someone that has borderline personality? So there's a lot there. I'm not a therapist, I just want to say. Um, I'm not a therapist, but I'd say narcissism is more of an ego thing, whereas lack of identity is more of a I don't know who I am. And so narcissism is more of I'm so confident in the mask I'm putting on to others and I need to justify who I am by manipulation. Whereas lack of identity is just like, I don't know who I am. And you kind of latch on to other people's personality. That's just, but I'm not a therapist. So I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question fully. But from what I've like researched about borderline and narcissism, that's just what I've experienced. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, I need to start doing my makeup. What am I doing? I'm like reading so many comments. Let's see. What do I want to do with my life? I want to live with my life. I honestly just want to own businesses and I want to be successful and I want to travel the world. But it's like the path to get there and how you get there, and I don't know. See, why is this annoying me? Like, it was just fine, and now it's like weird. Okay, wait, that's a lot better. Honestly, I like it when it's more brushed out. I don't know why, it was kind of irritating me. Yeah, I like it when it's more brushed out. I don't know. It just feels more natural. Okay, we're gonna start doing my makeup. So, let's see. If I haven't answered your question yet, guys, repost it because sometimes the chat will like go up and I won't see your guys' comments. But I'm also wanting to get my makeup on so I can. Everything is fine. Nothing happened. Anyway, but yeah, I also want to get my makeup on so I can make a video for you guys because I want to be somewhat productive with today. And I don't know, I just feel like today is a day where I can make a good video. Have you guys tried this lip stain, this TikTok lip stain? I really like this lip stain. How do you deal with bullying? Okay, I would say the best advice of dealing with bullying is to stay unbothered. Like, stay so unbothered that, like, you know what is and isn't true. Because oftentimes when people are bullying you, it's because they're jealous of you in some capacity and they don't necessarily know how to verbally express that. And so just take it as a compliment in some ways or ignore it. Like, just flat out be like, okay. Like, sometimes clapping back is the option and other times it's not. But I'd say, like, even like the advice of, oh, stay unbothered, that can be difficult too. But I'd say, like, the best thing for most people is, like, really learning whose opinion matters, including your opinion into the equation. Because if you're including all of these other people's opinions, like, just ask yourself, like, who are you? Who are you to speak on my life and to think that your opinion matters? Like, include your opinion into the equation. I have to, like, cut my eyebrows, but I don't have, like, I don't know where my small scissors went, so I'm literally using the big scissors, and y'all can come for me in the comments if you want, but I do not care. That's all I needed to do, because okay. La 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 la. Let's see. I'm gonna study in South Korea after 2 years. I want to be motivated to move alone there and to achieve my dreams. I'm so proud of you. That's gonna be so fun. Like, you can literally do anything. Like, I don't know. Just don't have a limiting mindset. Just whenever people wanna, like, rain on your parade and bully you for who you are and what you wanna accomplish, recognize that not everyone is meant to see your dreams. Like, even your friends or family, like, they're not everyone is going to see the vision you have for yourself, and that's okay, and that's valid, you know? Not everyone needs to. In order for your dreams to be valid, you don't need to, like, dim other people's light in order for what you wanna do with your life to be valid. You simply just have to stand in your purpose and know why you wanna do something, like, be very intentional. My brows look really good today, even though I didn't put, like I only put, like, this brow freeze in. Usually, I put, like, more product, but they actually kinda just look good like that. Like, no product or anything. Sometimes I just feel like that's it, you know? Let's see. I think your last video said that you know you're different, but when I apply this wait. You know you're different, but when we just laid back and think we were all the same. I don't know which video you're talking about, but I do think we're all different, you know? Like, trying to be exactly like someone else, like, yeah, we're all the same in some aspects, but I think sometimes, like, it's you have to recognize what times it's best to acknowledge the ways in which you're different from someone, and also the times in which you just need to, you know, be like, okay, we're all the same, right? Like, sometimes it's like, for example, if you're jealous of someone, the best solution to that is to recognize the ways in which you bring something to the table that other people don't bring, or that you can do in a different way. I remember when I was first starting being consistent on YouTube, I think I actually talked about this experience in my jealousy is a portal to your potential, I don't remember what I called it, but I think oh, yeah, how to turn jealousy into inspiration. Talking about that, that's a new trending thing on YouTube, and nobody was saying turn jealousy into transformation on YouTube, at least, maybe other people were, but, like, nobody had the download of, like, "Oh, turn jealousy into inspiration," like, that wasn't, like, a consistent video that people were talking about until, this month, and I made a video on that so long ago, and I was like it only got, like, 3,000 or actually, when I first released it, it only got, like, 200 views, but now it has more because, you know, other people go back, and you guys are cool and go back and watch my videos, but I wanna, like, do that one again because I wanna go in more in depth about jealousy, but I'm getting off topic. Oh my gosh, like, what are you talking about? Okay. But yeah, like, I talked about how I was jealous of this one girl that I saw on YouTube, and I saw that she was getting a lot more views than me in a lot shorter of a time. Like, she was one of those pages where it's like her first video got like 5,000 views for what reason? Like, you just don't like these people just spawn out of nowhere and they just like have all of these views and it looks like they haven't done anything. And it's like you go to their channel about and it's literally like they started their channel like 2 months ago and all of a sudden they have like all of these views. And so I was getting irritated and jealous about this because I was like, well, I've done this for so long and I've been putting in so much effort into YouTube the past 2 years and I barely even like I literally my videos will get like 200 views every single time I upload. Like, what am I doing wrong? And so I stopped myself and I was starting to critique her so harshly. I was just like, well, she's a lot more calm than I am. And I just started to like give her shit for who she was. But then I realized, okay, well, I have a different approach. Even if I'm talking about something that's maybe similar to what she's talking about, I'm different. And just by pointing out the ways in which I was different from someone, I was able to get myself back to a point of equilibrium. Equilibrium. Sorry, I don't know why I use that word, but like I was able to get myself back in balance because I realized that like you don't have to compare yourself and drag someone else down just because you're jealous of them. Ask yourself what this person is trying to reveal within you, because jealousy is just a portal to your potential. So it's like, basically utilize the ways in which you're different from people to improve yourself and to know the unique way that you go about things, like there's every person has a thing that they do that's like, that's me, like look at yourself and go like, that's me, and just be okay with that. Like, you don't have to be like everyone else. Okay, let's see. Sorry if I keep like skipping over it, just like went down again, so let's see. You're very patient and a good, clear speaker. Thank you guys so much. I'm a student and it bothers me when I'm studying. I'm I need to explain everything for myself, and this OCD with pronunciation kills me. What? I don't know if you're like asking something or if that was like you being like, "Girl, you need to speak clear." But I don't know. I'm Californian, so maybe I have a Californian accent or something. A little Valley Girl accent. I feel like I do. I feel like I have a Valley Girl accent. I'm like, "Hey guys." I don't know if it's that prominent of a Valley Girl accent, but like I definitely do. Like there's some things I say where it's very Californian. I don't know. Like I say hella, or like what else? Like a lot. But I'm getting better at saying like a lot, but I feel like my accent is very Californian. Do you want me to ask you guys what I should talk about in today's video? Because I'm getting ready to record a video for you guys. Should I talk about, here's what I have to talk about. I'm either going to do a video. Damn, I hope nobody steals this. Whatever. Okay, I mean, even if they do, I don't care because I'm gonna post it soon. Anyways, so this week's video, is this on? No, it's off. Okay. This week's video, I'm either going to talk about number 1, don't get mad, get sexy. Do not get mad, get sexy, and it's all about revenge. So I'm going to talk about wanting to get revenge and how to transform that, and how to know like what the best type of revenge is. Because a lot of you are very focused on getting your lick back and getting into other people's lives and telling people what they should and shouldn't do and trying to convince people to love you again, where it's like, stop. Like, get sexy, bro. Like, stop. And like the best revenge is just getting like leveling up. Like, I don't get mad. I get sexy. I get even. I just level up, and I don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't get mad at people who want to leave your life. Just level up and look so good without them. You know? And then I also wanted to talk about loneliness. But I also think there was another video that I really wanted to do that was like different. Huh. I think I have to do I don't know, like I think I have to do the first one cuz now I'm excited. Like now I have hella talking points in my head about that cuz like I really do think that's the best way to like, I never like seek out revenge. Like there's so many times I could have gotten my lick back on people and whatever, but I've chosen not to because it's like, why would I do that when I can just be hot, you know? And oftentimes, like, when you do like, people who do, like, go out of their way to get their lick back, usually, I feel like it's not as effective, and, like, people see through it. Like, you posting some guy on your story or whatever, and your ex sees it, like, he don't care. He don't care. Like, he does not care. Like, I don't know. Women sometimes assume that them doing the same thing, like, women care if when he goes and posts another girl, you're like, You know what I mean? Like, that's women, you know what I mean? But, like, men, like, when they see their girl moving on, they're not like, "Oh my god, she's taking pictures with 5 guys at a club." They don't care. If anything, they're like, "Oh my god, what is she doing? Like, why is she out?" Like, it's just embarrassing. Like, don't do like, just get sexier and level up. Like, instead of getting so mad, get to the gym. Like, go make your body hotter. Like, go level up. Like, go learn something. Go do something. Like, genuinely just, like, become the best version of yourself. Like, I don't know. Ooh. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Let's see. Boy, you know. Okay. Loneliness is something we can always talk about, but this week is calling for vengeance. Yes. I feel like everyone's like getting out of their little situationships and stuff too because it's summer. It's about to be hot girl summer. I think this is breakup season. As soon as it's like graduation season, I feel like. Sorry, there was like a hair somewhere on my face. I just felt it. Anyway, but yeah, as soon as it's this time of year, I feel like everyone be breaking up. So everyone want to get revenge, you know. But I'm gonna put on, y'all. This is like this TikTok lip stain is crazy. Like, this thing works. I still have mine on from earlier. Like, you can kind of see it, but I'm gonna re-up on it, and I'm gonna do the mauve shade. The mauve is fire. Oh wait, that's hazel. Where's mauve? Where's mauve? I don't know. Sorry guys, let me get this. Oh, here it is. Okay. The one. This one's so good. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll show you guys what I do. So I already have kind of like the pink one on, but with this one, all I do is outline it. The concentration. But only on the very outside. Anyway, I want to talk to you. Wait. Let's see. How do you get over someone when you feel guilty, and how do you know you can forgive yourself and move on? So, I've dealt with this, but let me do this top lip and I'll get back to that because that's a really, really good question. Okay. And you'll see, like, once it dries, I'll peel it off. So don't think this is how I'm going to be. Okay. Anyways, so when you feel guilty for something, there's often like a level of shame behind why you did what you did. But the best thing is to take accountability in some way, shape, or form. Because I don't know. Personally, I think we'll do things with our own level of awareness at the time. And so when you recognize that something you did or a way you acted was not rational, all you can do is own up to your actions and move forward in the best way that you see fit. And so that's my best piece of advice. First off, take accountability. And then second off, recognize that you can't change the past. What's in the past is in the past. And now you have a new level of awareness moving forward of how you should act in that situation next time. And that's probably one of the best ways. But I will say that sometimes it takes a certain level of compassion for yourself and knowing like you're never going to be perfect. Like humans naturally just make mistakes. And so recognize if it's a pattern, then you need to do more inward digging and realize like, hey, I'm messing up other people's lives. But if you know you did something wrong and you take accountability for it and you're still feeling bad about it, I think the best way to go about it is to, do some journaling on it to the root of the issue. Like, because every situation is different, but like, think of what drove you to that point. Why did you do that action? How can you learn from it moving forward? And that's just my best advice for that. Let's see. How do you heal yourself, your toxic traits while in a relationship? I feel I need the space to do healing alone, but the more space I ask for, the more unwanted my partner feels. So my best piece of advice, my friend actually asked me about this the other day. That's so interesting. But when you're in a relationship, naturally the parts of you, like the toxic parts of you, are going to come out because you're also dealing with someone else's feelings too. Like when you're alone, it's easier to kind of like manage yourself, but you also need to recognize like if when you're being the toxic one, best thing to do is, take accountability, but also if you realize like if you're asking for space from your partner, ask yourself in what ways you're asking for space. Like if they're coming to you and every single time they're coming to you about a certain thing they have an issue with, and like you automatically just dismiss that and feel like, oh, well, I'm being attacked, that might be your natural instinct because you're more of an avoidant. And I'm the same way. I'm a very much like avoidant person. Like when someone is doing something that I don't like, this is dry now, so I'll show you guys what to do. Not people clipping this. People be clipping stuff from my live streams sometimes, and they'd probably clip that with this, like, crazy lip stain on. But isn't that so pretty? And it's, like, stained onto your lips, so it's, like, it won't move. All you have to do is put gloss on top. Right? Isn't that, like, this is oh, wait, oops, that's not it. These are good. It's, like, on TikTok Shop. But yeah, I think the best thing, recognize that you are not perfect. And also, if someone isn't respecting your space, that's also valid. Like sometimes you're with the wrong person. Like sometimes you guys just don't mesh well together. But if that's not an option and you're like, nah, this is my soulmate for real, there's also tactics you can like learn in therapy to learn how to distance yourself, create distance. Create distance from your emotion so that you can see it. Insight comes with distance. Have the emotion in sight, but not out of reach. That's how you gain insight. You gain distance from the emotion. You sit on it. You think about it. You think about what you could and couldn't have done wrong. And then you come together and then you find more of a solution that helps the both of you. Let's see. Can we not spam in the chat, you guys? My favorite song is probably, I don't know, but please don't spam in the chat. I put you on a timeout because you're spamming, and I don't want you guys to spam in the chat. Oh, yeah, I'm a fearful avoidant for sure, and I'm starting with therapy and try to figure out what I can do. Yes, like, fearful avoidant is hard because it's like, fearful like, ugh, like, I'm the same way, like, I'm honestly so disorganized in my attachment style because, like, at some points, I'm like, "I literally wanna be with this person right now," and then in other points, I'm just like, "Literally get the hell away from me." Like, "Get away from me." But my favorite song is, oh, yeah. What is my favorite song? I don't really have a favorite song, but I have a favorite album. Or right now, my favorite song is probably like, um, what song have I been listening to a lot? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have like a favorite song, but I really like Mac Miller's Swimming album. That's probably like my favorite album. I love Mac Miller. How to Get a Guy. I have a crush and I already believe that if I don't get him, I'll get someone better. I'm working hard on myself, gym, self-improvement, but he doesn't know I exist. Make yourself known. Like, you never know unless you know. So you just got to gain the confidence to just go and be like, "Hey, I'm interested in you." Like, do something that makes him know that you're into him, but don't be outright like, "Hey," like, flirt. Like, if you haven't gone up to him and, like, flirted in some type of way, I don't know if you're the issue is he's my friend's older brother. My best friend's brother is the one for me. Oh my god, girl. Oh, do you even recommend continuing to fantasize about a possible relationship with him in the future? Girl, no, I don't think you should. Like, I mean, like, unless like, I mean, you can flirt like on the low, but don't do the most. Like don't be outright about it for sure. Like, I think the best thing to do is kind of like tread with caution because it's like watch my "A Crush is a Lack of Information" video because a crush truly is a lack of information. Like, realize that and realize that what can you do? You can't do much. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Sorry, guys. My freaking toe has a splinter. What the heck? What is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to deal with that later, not on stream. I'm like picking my toes on stream. What's wrong with you? Okay, sorry guys. I get distracted. Let's see. Well, he knows I exist. The other day he asked if he could use my HBO Max account because I had it logged in his TV. I also definitely will watch that. Okay, yeah. So I'd say my best advice, if he wants to use your HBO Max, like let him use it and then be like, "Oh, we should watch it together." Like name a show that he'd be like, "Oh, well, what do you want to watch?" And like have him name the show that he's going to watch or whatever, like the show that he's going to want to use the HBO Max for and be like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen that yet. Let's definitely like we should binge watch it together." I don't know, just like throw it out there. And if like see his response. If he looks at you hella weird, like, "No, we shouldn't." Just be like, "Okay, then I'm not giving you my HBO Max. What do you mean?" Like, "Okay." And then be like, "Get a girlfriend for you. Get a girlfriend with HBO Max. Don't ask me." I don't know. That's what I would do. I don't know. Be playful. Let's see. We talked for hours for 1 year. She ghosted for a month. Every time she has an excuse for her late messages. When I shared my feelings, she kept on delaying for days and said she had a boyfriend. I think you need to move on. That's just me being very honest. Move forward, because you need to focus on other people and level up. Let's see. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys going and watching my videos. Let's see. I wanted you to talk about wait, what? I'm confused. Okay. I'm gonna end the stream soon because it's 5 and I got done with my makeup, so I'm gonna do a video for you guys. How does my makeup look? Now that y'all are here, though, y'all should go follow my Instagram. I posted a really good selfie today. So if you guys like this makeup, go and check out my Instagram because I posted a really good photo. And also, DM me, follow my Instagram. It's in the description, but it's at my life as etch. That's ETCH. But yeah, go follow my Instagram, you guys. I need to be more consistent and stuff on there, but we're getting there. But okay, let's see. I want you to talk about being you and do whatever you want is conflicting with acting with confidence and fake it till you make it. Being you and doing whatever you want is conflicting with acting with confidence and fake it till you make it. I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I think that there's 2 levels to confidence. There's being who you are, and then there also is faking it. Because who you currently are, oh, I don't know what that is about. When you are unconfident, you need to transform yourself into a confident person. So faking it till you make it, it's not like you're faking who you are. You're just choosing to step into a new version of yourself where instead of acting insecure, you're acting confident. You get what I mean? Because the version of you that you currently are is obviously not confident. And so you don't want to just accept yourself and be like, oh, well, I just need to be who I am, because who you currently are isn't making you confident and is making you feel like shit about yourself. So the fake it till you make it thing is about creating a whole new you and choosing to act in alignment with what confidence is to you. And so through that process, you're actually transforming yourself into a completely different person. And then you are a confident person, and it is standing in who you are. It's more of a rediscovering process. You're rediscovering who you are, because when you're not confident, you're faking everything and you're trying to put a smile on your face and you're like, oh my God, I'm this type of person. You're doing everything for everyone. And oftentimes that type of energy is exactly what makes you insecure. And so being who you really are is just stopping the people pleasing and being what other people want you to be. Anyway. I'm choosing which one to have for my lunch. Which one of what? The video? I'm confused. If you're asking what video, I'll watch my newest video. Even if you skip to after the ad, watch my newest video. It's very from the heart. How can you stop feeling infatuated? Get the ick. Find something about them and be like, ugh, whether that's their personality, everyone has things about them that you can nitpick and look into, know more about them. If you're infatuated, it means, a crush is a lack of information. If you're infatuated with someone, it's because you have a lack of information. Find out more about them and latch onto the thing that makes you icked out by them. Let's see. Do you watch other content creators? I do. I watch a lot of storytime YouTubers. I like story times because those are the type of videos that I just sit and I let play while I go and like wash my clothes or do my laundry or like do stuff. How to be yourself when you don't know who you are. My situationship just texted me after no contact. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for blocking her. How to be yourself when you don't know who you are. Find out what you're not. Whew. Sorry. What was I going to say? Yeah. Write down everything you're not. If you don't know who you are, be very clear on what you are not. So write a list of things, like what things are you not into, you know, like it's less about trying to fit into what you think you are and more about like accepting like, okay, who am I versus who I am not. Write down everything you're not in order to find out who you are and latch on to certain things, like what do you like? What are your interests? What things make you happy? And then build from there. And if you don't have that many interests, what's a new interest that you can get, or have you, you know, what's something that you've always wanted to get into? Can you give journal prompts that help you? I have this thing called the Better Everyday Workbook. This is a really good workbook. It's like every single day of the year you have a prompt. For example, August 2nd says, reflect on a moment where you felt truly happy and explore why it had such an impact on you. So it's just little prompts every single day that you can learn about yourself. I did not do them in order at all. Like, I just go and I pick one to do because it was like, I got this in like March, and by that time it was, you know, already March. So I had all these journals that I needed to do. So let's see what today's is. Today is what, May 4th? Describe a moment where you felt unconditionally loved. How did it impact you? But yeah, it's very good. That, or I have like shadow work prompts in the descriptions of all my videos. Not in this video, but anyways, you guys, let's see. I'm going to, oh, look at Tigress. She's so cute. What advice would you give to someone who's experiencing homelessness? So I've never experienced that, so I don't really like to talk about things that I've never experienced. My best advice would probably be to seek out resources and know that you are not alone in what you're going through, and like it's not entirely your fault. You do have to take a certain level of personal responsibility, but circumstance does happen and that's valid. And so recognize that a lot of the way the system is set up is like very, very evil right now. And there's a lot of people who are victims of circumstance. And that's my best advice for someone like that. But again, I've never been through that. So I don't like to speak on things I've never been through since I don't have any room to talk on it. I just hope whoever is going through a situation like that, I hope they find the resources they need and get themselves out of that situation. So, all right. I'm going to get going, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, I'm just really appreciative of you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm going to make right now, actually. So I'm going to go off and then I'm going to make a video for you guys. But I love you guys. Bye.